Guys, if I'm still single by the end of this year, I'm gonna put myself in Facebook Marketplace. I'll tag myself as barely used, good condition. I don't fucking care at this point.
The only reason a man tells you no is because he can't afford to do whatever it is that you're asking. Okay? He's trying to save his ego and say no, and realistically, he's just saying, I can't afford it. I'm too broke. You're like, thank God. Like, you're no longer my problem. Go get some money. Then come back.
Liking a man makes me homicidal. Like, why are you ignoring me when this is America and I can just go buy a gun from Walmart? It's a dangerous game to play.
But then you meet, let's say, a good guy or an honest guy, then they lack charisma or they're not funny. You know what I mean? It's like you can't really find everything in a man, which is so confusing because I have friends who are so funny, so good looking, so smart, so kind. Like they have all these qualities, you know. I've not had a friend who is pretty but stupid, annoying, mean, or like kind but ugly, lazy, broke. I've never had to pick and choose two qualities. Like when it comes to my girlfriends, there is an abundance of all the amazing traits that I look for a companion. Whereas for a man, it's like you have to choose. If they're kind, then they don't have anything else. If they are, good looking, then they don't have anything else. It's like you really have to select one quality and then sacrifice on everything else.
Let me tell y'all something before I go into work to my second job. I just don't think as a 24-year-old woman with no kids, I should be having to work 2 jobs to live the lifestyle I want to live. I feel like I'm young at heart. I got a nice little body, nice little booty, pretty little face. Like, why is somebody not taking care of me?
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Women can't process why men would rather stay single than settle in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
Okay, I have a theory. If you're a girl and you're pretty, you're smart, you're successful, you're driven, you are probably single. I know that I'm gonna be getting a bunch of pissed off guys in my comments for saying this, but it's literally true. The options are just so limited. So just hear me out. As a girl, you want someone that exceeds you in every single aspect. Someone that's smarter than you want someone that's better looking than you want someone that's more successful than you. Women just want to find a guy that has better qualities than them. And no woman wants to date down. And like when you're a woman that has her bills paid, that has a great family, that's social, that's kind, that's good with kids, where do you go from there? There's just not many good options. And the guys that you think would meet your standards are absolute assholes. I matched with this guy on Cuffed and he checked every single box. And I literally thought that this was gonna be my happily ever after because on Cuffed you can only match with one person at a time, and the moment that you start talking to someone else, you're automatically unmatched. I had high hopes. Oh, and also it's like a members only app. So most of the people on there are like really genuine and really intentional with dating. Spoiler alert though, he was an asshole. He was a straight up asshole. I literally don't get it, but we can't have it all.
Options are limited because you believe that an app, right, where there's top shelf, top quality guys, they're going to bend over backwards and conform and perform for you? How does that work? Because when she says they're a-holes, no, they're just looking for you to get on the good foot, and you don't want that. You want them to still come to you like, what can I do for you, queen? And I'll pick you up at 8 and this and set up all of these plans. No, you're going to have to make yourself available to these men. They would be settling for you because here's how it goes. A man becomes more attractive, doors open. Women can look to use him, but there will be women that are trying to get on with him, build as much as they can because they realize he's already built himself. You understand? They're trying to get in where they fit in, and he's going to get on with those women. Let's reverse that. You as a woman, you becoming more successful, you're going to have doors open of more bum type of dudes that are looking to use you and come up off of you. That's really it. Doors close for you and doors open for the men. It's very simple, but they play themselves out. I like that part. The guys who do check all the boxes are a-holes. No, they just know their worth. They want you to be attractive or be successful and just be dumb to it, be blind to it. And what she's going to say is be humble about it. What's he being humble about? Get on the good foot or don't. The decision is yours. The choice is yours to make. But they don't like that. When a guy is confident, when a guy is looking for them to go above and beyond. And at the same time, is he crazy for thinking this way? You heard it straight from her mouth. He checks the boxes. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Let's get the next one.
What do you mean men shouldn't have to work for your attention? Have you ever seen a fucking peacock? It's literally in fucking nature. If a guy doesn't go out of his way to impress you or try to pursue you, they're not confident. And if they're not confident, then they're more than likely insecure. And if they're insecure, they're never gonna let you be the bad bitch that you are or let you be the woman in the relationship. They will literally drag you down to feel exactly like they feel about themselves, which is like borderline hatred. Next thing you know, I'll be looking in the mirror like, who the fuck am I? I don't remember feeling this shit about myself. And it's because you didn't. He did that. So choose wisely, okay?
It's funny that she used the term peacocking, or like, oh, peacocks in the wild. Why is a guy doing all of this? Negging and all of this? What is he, a pickup artist? No, guys are through with that. Guys are going to show up as themselves, especially if they're already confident. She's judging a man's confidence off of if he basically chases women. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And what would it do for a guy's confidence to chase a bunch of women? What would that do? It would do nothing. It would really do nothing. So men say, you know what? I'm gonna be myself, whether she likes me or she doesn't like me. It's not anybody's loss. She doesn't like me, so it's not her loss. And I don't like somebody who doesn't like me, so it's not my loss. You understand how that goes? It does nothing for a man to chase a woman around and try to be something that he's not. Because the only thing that happens is, right, he understands that it leads him to nowhere anyway. It's just leading him to nowhere. So when she's saying, oh, it'll make you feel bad about yourself and all that. No. Everything is balanced. Guy goes his way, you go your way. No peacocking, no trying to impress you. No, because when you try to impress a woman, right, it never works. It never works. She looks at you like you're a clown, and then you end up feeling like a clown. So they feel like clowns because guys aren't doing it. So isn't it safe to assume that the best return for a man is to not try to chase a woman down?
I can't wait to find a good man. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Whew, to find a good man.
She can't wait to find a good man, but we all know that her type isn't good men. Let's see what she was doing when she had all the opportunity to have a good man.
You guys know I'm very open about this. I like 6'4", brown skin, tatted up dreadheads. That's my type, but hear me out. Hear me out. Outside of with them, they suck. They suck. They have no personality. They cannot carry a conversation. We get it. If you wouldn't have torn your ACL 7 years ago, you would have gone to the league. No, I don't want to watch your high school highlight tape. No, I don't want to smoke. And no, I don't want to play 2K. Literally, like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there outside of like semi-mediocre, okay. You actually wouldn't like them at all. So then I realized that's not actually my type. That's what I'm physically attracted to when I go out into the world. That's what I'm physically attracted to. But now when you remove, I'm not attracted to them in any way, shape, or form. I need someone that can hold a conversation, that's intellectual, that's smart, that stimulates my brain, that pushes me to do better. Like, that's doing what I'm doing. I don't go to the club. I don't drink. I don't do I don't do rugs. Like, I'm not going to date someone who does those things because I don't do those things. But yet they're all outside and they're bedazzled head to toe outfits. Like, that's not my type, but it's what I'm physically attracted to and who I would hook up with. Take the hookup out of it, duds, dead. And I'm like, I'm finally understanding this at a grown age, because no one explained this to me younger. Remove from the equation and really ask yourself, would I still like that man? And I think the answer is no.
So the tatted up brown skin athletes are who you're sexually attracted to, but the guys who would offer everything else in the back end that you would want, you're not sexually attracted to them? That's all I'm hearing here. You cannot change your type. See, they worry about if you're sexually attractive first in the beginning. Then as they age, they want all of that stuff in the background. Wouldn't it make more sense, right? When I have all the ability, like I have all the options in front of me. Why wouldn't I go for both instead of just one? And the only reason why she's coming to this realization now is because as time goes on, she's getting tired. She's getting beat down. And a lot of dudes are beating her down. Getting knocked down by a lot of dudes. And now she's like, I'm looking for something different. That's not right, bro. To all the guys out there that can't offer you the non-sexual attention, because that's what she's explaining. The stuff she wants now, it's non-sexual attention. The guys who can provide that 10 times over, why is it fair for them? Why is that fair? You just gave yourself to these dudes for nothing. A blunt, a Coors Light, keg party, basement party, backyard party, bonfire. That's all they had to do, and you just showed up. Dude probably got a car. Dude plays a sport. That was enough for you to go. Now men have to work 10 times as harder than that guy? Nah, it ain't going down. And I know a lot of guys think, women had to go through this. Well, how many times? 1 to 2? 1 to 2? And you mean to tell me she couldn't have found an athlete that was getting good grades, wasn't partying like that, really doubling down on what he needed to do? She couldn't find a good athlete. She couldn't find a good tattoo dude. She couldn't find a good dude, period, bro. No matter how you look at it. Now she comes out here and she's like, it would be amazing to find a good guy. Bro, they've interacted with good men their entire life. They don't want that. They only want it now because they're done. They're like, yo, I don't want that anymore. But realistically, they can't fight what they're sexually attracted to. This is why I tell you, the provider guys, they get scammed the most. They get played the most. Women are like, well, I would do this if a guy would put me in my feminine, and I would do this and I would do that for a guy that would just spend it and I don't have to work and da-da-da. These guys get played the most because earlier they were doing this and they start to miss this. So they'll return back to this. Let's get the next one.
So I went out for drinks with a married friend and she's looking around the establishment and she's like, I noticed there's so many women that are beautiful that don't have wedding rings. Like, what? Why is that the case? What's happening? I said, girl, I know you've been out the game for a while, but I'm sure you have to remember, it's like slim pickings out here. I have no idea. Lord, I don't know what's in these batch of men. I don't know what's happening. What I do know is that it is hard, okay? It's hard for us out here. And like, we're not desperate, but damn. Could there just be like a few? Because I don't even know how to answer my friend at this point.
No, you are desperate. She's like, oh, I'm not desperate. My married friend saw and recognized that there's all these single people. The women don't have rings on their fingers. You are desperate because you would have been like, oh, I didn't even notice. And when she asked you, what's up with that? You would have been like, well, we're about being single. We don't need men. Men bring us down. But you can't say that. You know why? She's the example. Probably married, has a family, good dude. She's thriving. And I don't know why she's friends with you. You have nothing in common. But here's the thing. It's a bad look, bro, to really be out here and have the game just set up for you and still fail the game. Men make it easy for women to get on with them. Women make it difficult for men to get on with them. He needs to be this, he needs to be that. I want this, I want that. Could you take that off? I'd like a little bit more lettuce, a little less mayo. You're not ordering a Subway sandwich. You're not. They think that they're ordering men like this is Amazon. No. Men make it extremely easy for you to get on. You make it extremely hard because your standards are high. Granted, you can have your standards. Nobody's saying you shouldn't have them. How do your standards get in the way of getting a man? Do you think men's standards are so high that it gets in the way of them getting a woman? Absolutely not. Think about it. We're content paying our own bills as long as we got our me time, our alone time. That's it. Take care of our family, take care of our loved ones. We make sure things get done. We don't complain about that type of stuff. They have to do it all on their own and they complain about this type of stuff. But at the same time saying, I don't want to go 50-50 and a man needs to lead and da-da-da-da-da-da. Wouldn't 50-50 take some of the burden off of your shoulders? You don't like doing it alone. No, it's like, I need to have it all. Being single is a blessing. And they treat being single as a curse, but then they try to deceive you by telling you that it's a blessing. Listen, man, these videos prove otherwise. So this was women can't process why men rather stay single than settle in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy, Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So I just want to know, like, this is for men out there. What do you want? Like, do you want a pretty girl, a nice girl, a girl with a nice body, a hard worker, um, somebody that communicates well, all the things, I'm sure, right? But it's like men will get that and then they don't know what the fuck to do with it. So it's like, what do you actually want? I'm thinking you just want a man at that point.
So I'm watching this video and I see this woman who seems quite confused because when men say that they want peace, it's as if she has no idea what that actually means. So let me break it down. Men are not complicated creatures at all. They're quite simple. And in fact, they tell you very clearly what it is that they're looking for. They want to be able to leave the noise of the world, go into the comfort of their own home and be comfortable, not be confronted, not constantly be yelled at or nagged for something. This isn't where you're not allowed to say, to take out the trash. This is where you can, as a whole adult, respect his space, respect that maybe he needs to unwind and not hear your mouth. Maybe he doesn't want to have to deal with any of the aggravation and storytelling from your horrific day. Maybe it's not too much to ask for you to simply come in, greet him, and give him silence and let him just bask in silence. You can disagree and not have to yell. I don't know if you've realized this, because for some reason many women are challenged by the idea of having a disagreement that doesn't require arguing. It doesn't require bickering. It doesn't require screaming, talking over, interrupting. It is quite logical for you to be able to disagree and talk through it, work through it, resolve it, then never deal with it again. Men simply don't want to be married to the very worst version of their mothers. They don't want to constantly be nagged, and they don't want to be chastised, and they want to be seen as men and providers and protectors. And if you're emasculating them and tearing them down, yeah, that's not peaceful. I'd want to escape too.